Okay, this is another video for my GCSE class, my foundation GCSE. Boy, do I have a surprise for you next time I see you, but we'll come to that probably tomorrow. We'll talk about equations this time. We haven't actually done anything with algebra at all since you've come to Candy, but I may as well give you a little bit of heads up on things that are coming up very, very quickly. What is an equation? An equation is simply a statement that's got an equal sign in it, where one side is equal to the other. So here we've got an example of an equation where 3x plus 5 equals 11. So they're basically telling you that whatever 3x plus 5, when you add them together, it will make 11. We're generally asked to solve equations. That means find out what number x is. Yeah, the one we've got here, the equation is quite a simple one, but they can be quite complicated, as you will know, and you'll end up in some cases with more than one answer even in some cases, or two equations at once with simultaneous equations. But right now we're just going on the basics. What is an equation? It's when two sides are equal to each other, and you've got it like that. Solving means you're going to find what x is. My method of solving an equation is balancing an equation, because that to me is mathematically true. Now, I hear a lot of things about teachers telling people, put things on the other side and swap signs and all the rest of it. To me, that doesn't really explain why we're doing these things. I'm going to give you the explanation that makes most sense. Think of 3x plus 5 equals 11, this equation here, and using that as a representation for all equations, as a perfectly balanced seesaw. If you want to keep that thing perfectly balanced and you want to make changes, you've got to make the same changes to both sides exactly the same. So imagine if your seesaw had, 6 kilograms either side. If you want to keep it balanced, you'd have to add, and you wanted to add 500 grams to one side, you'd have to do the same thing to the other side. So our method, the method I'm going to teach you of solving an equation, is about keeping the thing balanced, keeping the equation balanced, and then simplifying. Whatever we're going to do to one side, we're going to do to the other side. So here we're going to try and find x. Remember, solving means x equals, get the value of what x equals. And the equation we're running for the example is 3x plus 5 equals 11. I want to get x equals whatever, that's my solution. So I'm going to get rid of the plus 5 first of all. I'm going to take away 5 from both sides. Obviously on the left hand side you can see why I'm going to take away 5, because then I get 3x plus 5 minus 5. And that just cancels down to 3x. But because I do it to the left hand side, I must do it to the right hand side as well, to keep my perfectly balanced seesaw perfectly balanced. It leaves me with 6. So 3x equals 6. I want to know what 1x is though. So I'm going to divide 3x by 3 to get 1x. But again, if I'm going to do it to one side, I've got to do it to the other. So I've now got 6 divided by 3 on the other side. 6 divided by 3 is 2, so x equals 2. Now this is a very, very simple example, and in future videos I'm going to give you much harder ones to try, and you also much harder ones I'll do as demonstrations. But this is basically the theory of equations, all the way from the beginning to right the way up to quadratics. We want to find out what x is, and we can solve it by balancing, and pretty much all linear equations come down to this in one way or another. Okay, so hope to see you tomorrow, and as I said, I've got one hell of a surprise for you. Bye.